Hey everyone, and welcome to the video. I'm North Central, and we are among the tombstones again. We're working our way towards Memorial Day, trying to get as many federally issued headstones clean for veterans as we possibly can. And it's a pretty good task here. There's a lot of veterans. But we're going down here to the old Baptist section of the cemetery, where there's a couple of Revolutionary soldiers, like this one right here. Alright guys, so here we are. This is Jonathan Stout. You can see his original headstone is actually broken off and is nowhere to be seen. No idea where it's at. His plaque is broken a little bit here, but I can't do anything with this. I can't clean it. I can't do really anything without the family's permission. I can read it though. It says, in memory of Jonathan Stout, born January 14th, 1715, departed this life January 9th, 1811, aged 96, Revolutionary War soldier. I'm assuming that his stone looked something similar to this one right here. However, you can't read it either because it's got so much growth on it. That's actually a marble stone. What he does have is a federally issued stone that's right here. I believe it's marble. It says, has a cross at the top, John Stout, New York. One LEC. I don't know. Let's clean it first. How about that? So first things first, I always like to come over, find my edges like so. This is not too bad. It's not covered up too bad, but I'm going to go ahead and get some of this out of here. Again, this is a plastic trowel that I use. That way it doesn't, I can use it right up next to the stone and it doesn't really do anything to it. The stone is much harder than this. And again, gloves on. And I don't really wear gloves because of any types of harsh chemicals or anything like that. It's just that this stone has biological growth on it, and it can get kind of icky whenever you go scrubbing it. So I try to wear gloves just to keep my hands on. The cleaner that we're going to be using today is D2. It is a biological killer, much like the other cleaner that we use, Wet and Forget. Just a little bit different applications. So there's a couple reasons why I like to trench around these like this, and I'm only taking it down just a little bit. Number one, it gets the vegetation away from the stone, and number two, when we're scrubbing the stone, it gives the water a place to go. course, through natural erosion and stuff like that, in a few months, all this will be covered back in. So, not really harming anything. I'm really going down at an angle, and I'm only going down maybe just more than an inch or so. I should just go over here. Give it a good little dust off here. This is marble stone, I think. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to wet it down for about 10 minutes or so, and that way, with this growth that's on here, will come a little bit looser, and that way when I take the scrub brush to it, it'll come up a little easier. And once I scrub it down, I'll rinse it off to get some of the water out of this with my foxtail, and then very easily just spray it down with a little bit of D2 biological killer solution. So there's the stone, and you can see the difference in color from when it was dry to when it's wet, how it's just real nasty and dirty and icky, right? Just black and kind of a greenish black and just ugly. As those that might want to know why that I would take the time to do something like this, you can see how far the stone is already down below the ground level. This stone should be almost an inch above ground, not the grass, but the ground. So there's an inch of it around. This thing is 4 inches thick. So at least 3 inches of it should be in the ground, 1 inch above the soil level. And as to why I would want to do something like this, I mean, in the beginning we saw it. I mean, the dirt was already starting to come up over top of it and hide part of the stone. I mean, how much longer would it take before the stone was completely underground and we would never know that it was there? And as to why I would do this, I found a stone right over here that I want you to take a look at. And again, I want to apologize for the all the wind noise. There's a bunch of it. I know. I'm sorry. Nothing I can do about it. So this is actually a headstone here that has fallen. So there's nothing really that I can do about it. But it's a marble stone. that's much, much bigger than what you think it is. Here's this edge way up underneath here. It goes here, and it goes way up into here, and you can just pull this back, and it's over in here somewhere. So as to why I would want to try and save this American Revolutionary War Heroes federal plaque or federal headstone, this is why. Because this is how time treats these headstones. They sink down, and then next thing you know, they're covered over, and we never know they're there. We're losing our history, guys, and we need to get it back. All right, so the stone's been soaking for a little while, and you can see the biological growth on it right here. This is black algae. This is some type of a moss or a green algae or something. But we're gonna scrub it down. I use only a natural fibered brush. This is Tampico. It's made from the Magabe plant. And this is what I use. You can get these on Amazon anywhere between, I don't know, depending on what you get and where you get it from, $10 to $5. And I've just got about a half gallon of water in a bucket. And I do have a soap solution in this. It's called Orvis paste. You can pick it up at Tractor Supply. You can get it online. A lot of different places sell it. And it's the only soap that I would really ever recommend for something like this. I don't do dishwashing soap. I don't do anything like that. This is very mild. That you use it on a number of things, including livestock. So, but this is what I use. Natural fiber brush, a little bit of water, Orvis soap. And you don't have to have Orvis soap. It can be a little bit expensive. The large tub that I got that will probably last me a lifetime, are thousands of headstones at least, costs about $40. You know, you don't have to do that. You don't have to get D2. You don't have to get wet and forget. You can just use a scrub brush and water. And that is acceptable according to the National Cemetery Administration, just using water and a brush, a soft bristled brush like this. Now, why do I like using D2 or wet and forget? Well, mostly because I think that these stones shouldn't just be clean. I think that they should be brought back to their original brilliance. And in this case, this is a white marble. This thing should be white. It was once a very beautiful headstone. And it's my hope that we can get it back there again. It's going to take a lot though. But we're going to stay on top of it. I mean, I think he deserves it. This is one of the guys that gave us our country. You know, he risked everything. Everybody talks about the Confederates and stuff like that in Civil War, how they were traitors, they were this, they were that. These are the original traitors. I'm sure if you go over to Great Britain and ask them how they felt about the soldiers in the Revolutionary War, they branded them as traitors, subject to being hung. So, the original rebels right here. And I thank God for it. Soap also has a little bit of a breakdown thing to it. I mean, it's very, very mild, but at the same time, it can eat through certain things. We're going to let this sit on here for a few minutes. And then we're going to get back and scrub it one more time, rinse it off, put a little D2 on it. All right, been on there for for a little bit. We're gonna scoop it down again. And again, I apologize for the wind noise. It is pretty windy today. All right, I think that's about as good as we're going to be able to get with this one for now. And you know, I like my little sprayer. It does pretty good. But it does even better on upright stones. So, sometimes pouring the water right on it works a little better. Yep, pretty marble. Look at that marble right there. We're going to let the water seep down to the ground there a little bit, and then we're going to try and get some of the water off of it, keep it wet. I'm going to hit it with D2. All right, guys, we're going to get busy here. I'm just going to flip some of the water out here, so when we put the D2 in it, it won't dilute it too much. There we go, and the D2. Okay, so as always, before we leave them, we're going to put down a flag. I use 1/2 inch schedule 40 pipe, PVC pipe. I get it in 10-foot sections, cut it 15 inches long. I get 8 pieces out of a stick. And as always, with an upright stone, I'm going to stick it right here beside where the stone should have been. This should be the base. There shouldn't be anything under this, so it ought to go down the ground real nice. As always, I use a gray flag on a 24-inch wooden stick. This is an 8x12. I take a tie wrap, put it up the shank about 4 to 5 inches, zip tie it down that way. And when I cut it, I leave about 1 inch or so here for a tag. And when I put it in the pipe, it stands up nice and tall. I don't have to worry about it sinking down to the ground. I don't have to worry about the flag coming back and hitting the ground. So there it is.